Hello and welcome to the Falling Knife Project, where we're trying to turn 25 grand into 750. As you've probably already noticed, it's a little bit different format. I am the man behind the character. This format's just going to be a little bit easier for me to share, hopefully some more actionable stuff, and just it's easier for me to make as well. So today what we're going to be doing is trying to find a positive EV, positive expectancy, long volatility trade. We're going to do that in 5 minutes, hopefully. So before I get started, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment only, and I'm taking a crazy amount of risk. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a couple tabs of option omega. What I like to do when I'm backtesting is open 2, 3, 4 tabs at a time, and then while one backtest is running, I will just shuffle between the different tabs. It's just more efficient that way. So I think what we're going to try to do is find a long debit trade, and I think we'll do it in the afternoon and on the put side. The afternoon is a little bit typically more difficult to find positive expectancy trades on for long vol, so we'll do that. So first thing I'm going to do here is I think we're going to just start by buying a put, and I think we're just going to test buying a $1 put. I'll try and zoom in here because I know it's hard to see. If you guys haven't already, I would increase the quality on the video in the settings to HD if you can. It should be available in 4K. So we're going to buy a $1 put. The time I'm going to buy these around, I'm only going to do one contract. I'm going to buy one at noon, and then I'm going to also look at either like 1:30 or 2 p.m. And the reason I'm doing those times is I've just noticed that for whatever reason, the market tends to dip around those times. I'm not sure if it's because the market makers go to lunch or if they're just really rebalancing around those times, but just an observation I've made. So I had slippage of 3 cents. I think that's reasonable. And we're going to run this. This was for noon. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same exact thing. So we'll do it since dailies. And we're going to buy a put. And $1. And one contract. And we'll do it at 1:30. Add commissions and a little slippage. And again, 3 cents here, and we'll let this run. While that's running, we'll go back and look at the other one. I'm sure that back test is done running. Okay, so not good, I would say. So negative $6,582. We only win 5% of the time. That curve's pretty nasty, but there are some wins in there, right? You can see we had a nice max winner. And this is something I would view what we're doing as like a hedge trade. So yeah, not great. Let's see what the 1:30 time looks like. Okay, so even worse. Negative 11,000. Let's look at these curves side by side. I think I like the noon one more. So we're going to focus on noon. Okay. So I'm going to change this one from 1:30. We're going to go with noon. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is add a VIX filter. Typically, when we're buying long vol, we're going to want to look at potentially VIX levels. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense to be buying long vol when VIX is, I don't know, at 20, 25, 30, depending on the structure of the trade. So I'm going to put a max VIX filter on 30 for this one, and I'm going to do one at 25 over here. Zoom in here again so hopefully you can see. So 25 over here, and we'll see if that flips or improves things at all. I'll go back to this one, see if that's done. Okay, so max VIX at 30, that still did not flip it to positive EV. Let's see if 25 did any better. Okay, well that's good. So that worked. So we're going to roll with the VIX positive 25. Let's look at these side by side. Again, yeah, so it really just filtered out some of the losses is all we did, but that was enough to flip it to positive. Okay, let's keep going with this. We're going to go with the VIX Max 25 filter. And then I'm going to theorize that we're going to look at intraday movement. I'm going to theorize that if intraday we had a move down, that maybe the market will continue to follow through with a move downward. So I'm going to do minimum move down at 130 of 0.1%. Again, I'll zoom in so you can see that, and we'll let that run. On this other tab, let's do the exact opposite. So maybe you know, as the market drifts up, if it drifts up throughout the day, maybe long vol becomes less efficiently priced. Let's see. So intraday movement, minimum move up 0.1. We'll let that run and zoom out. Let's see how the minimum move down did. Okay, so again, we were positive over here. I think we were positive $4,500, and the minimum intraday move down of 0.1 flipped this back to negative. So that would probably mean that the minimum move up will probably improve things. Let's take a look. Okay, cool. So much better here, positive $18,000. It looks like maybe long vol becomes a little bit underpriced as if there's intraday move up. This might be one also, and I'm not going to do it right now, but maybe the actual alpha in this one would be VIX intraday move down instead of a move up in the underlying. Just a thought. I don't know. This curve isn't too bad for a hedge trade. This is not something I would ever consider running in isolation. I'll tell you why. So look at this duration right here, this drawdown, 111,000 all the way down to 105,000. So you got a $6,000 drawdown, which with pretty much no wins, and that's from April of 2024 to December. So you have an 8-month period where you pretty much don't win and you lose about $6,000. Are you really going to be able to keep running this trade when you start looking at your reports and say, wow, I lost $6,000 over the last 8 months? Pretty hard to do. Next video I'm going to make is going to go over, I'm going to show you an actual trade I run in my ensemble called the gap and crap trade. And it's a somewhat similar equity curve to this. And I've made a couple of mistakes on it, and it's very difficult to run even inside of an ensemble. So let's look at the P&L a little bit. So 18,000, a couple things I like to look at would be the win percentage, 6.8. That's not very good, but again, this is a hedge trade. Average per trade, $50 per lot. Capture rate's pretty good. If you don't know what the capture rate is, that is the amount of the premium, either the debit or credit premium that you retain on average from each trade. I like to see this above 15%, especially on credit trades. Max winner, yeah, we're very lopsided. Obviously, our max winner is $13,000. Okay, so again, not something that I would run in isolation. I probably would not run this one on my own. I bet you if you ran like a p-value on it, the edge is not very strong. It's probably a strong likelihood that these returns are due to randomness. However, for whatever reason, it seems to work a little bit. And I do think we have a decent theory in that vol becomes compressed and underpriced. One other tool I will show you is 0DTESPX.com. So this is a tool that you can look at. It will show you throughout the day or historical where the price movement is in SPX, as well as the current straddle price. So the SPX EM, that's the expected move, and that is the straddle price as well. So just another tool that can give you some indications where I mentioned I noticed some stuff around noon and 1:30. If you start going back, it has historical data. Of course, I click on a bunch of weird ones, but You get the idea, right? So if you like this challenge, you want to see one again in a different format or a different challenge trade, let me know. Smash and like that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.